Hi everybody, my name is Andrew Gable, and I'm here to talk about my Genesis piece on foundation. So here's the actual original drawing, and it was just an idea in my sketchbook, and I actually drew the guy first, and then later came in and drew the woman in there. You know, I was having like a shitty day, so I was like, let me draw this out. You know, I'll make a specific drawing that illustrates what I'm experiencing. I titled this piece, Forgive Yourself, because, you know, and I really debated whether or not to title the piece Forgive Yourself, because I think there's a lot of associations, a lot of connections that people already have with the word forgiveness. For me, initially, when I was introduced to it, I thought it was a religious thing. I didn't realize it was just like a concept that you could live in your life. And this was introduced to me over 10 years ago, probably 12 or 13 years ago. And forgiveness is ultimately a foundation of who I am today, and it has become a pillar of how I function within my day-to-day living. And in particular, self-forgiveness. Because I think we are our worst critics, we are our worst judgments, and I think sometimes, I mean, it's like you have to learn to be kind to yourself. And so ultimately, that's what this moment was about. And so I decided to title it Forgive Yourself, because I think it represents the message that was actually happening in the drawing, which was this point of this human being like totally down on themselves. And sometimes, you know, it's hard to let go of mistakes that you think you've made, or sometimes you make things seem so much bigger than they are, and tough to move on sometimes. And actually drawing is a good way to move on sometimes, because I start doing something productive, or I start doing something where I'm creating an image, and suddenly now it's like my life is moving again, and I'm not stuck in this sort of cloud of rain or judgment. So I added the female figure a second, and I decided to, you see you got the tree in the background, and I decided to fill her side up with plants and nature, because that connection with nature is also very important to me. I grew up out in the country, and and nature is still very important to me. That relationship with nature, and I think it can be a very calming element. And so I like to include nature elements in my work, because I think that connection with nature is also a connection with self, because self is nature. It's like there is a relationship already there. And so I thought that it would be cool where with the female figure I could add the plants and the life and the tree, which is the stability point in the background, just this alive expression of this being in, you know, juxtaposition to this other being that's like down on his luck. And you can see some of the plants are more grayed out, so there isn't as much life there. And I thought that would be kind of an interesting relationship. So for me, forgiveness is also about self-responsibility, taking responsibility for your own experience. Sometimes it's hard to do, and sometimes, you know, you need support from other people. But ultimately, you have to do it for yourself. You have to allow the support. You have to allow yourself to sort of get out of that experience. Okay, so that is the story behind my Genesis 1-of-1 piece on foundation. Thanks everybody for watching the video, and hopefully I can make some more of these and just share about my process, my journey as an artist, and my journey into the NFT space. All right, thanks everybody.